I have sent over 200 outreach messages, cold called a couple hundred times, booked multiple dozens of Zoom meetings, and seen business owners of different calibers. My name is Isaac Tumbatsuri, and here are some mistakes I have made from running my own social media marketing agency, REM Media, for the past 2 years. The first mistake I made was moving from one service branch to another without actually mastering one to see results first. From running paid advertising for real estate developers, then came the idea to create sites for them. Then came email marketing and AI automations. Then came social media management. All to say these were perfect ways to upsell them. But the problem was you can't upsell what you haven't signed and what you have not gained expertise in. But that would be useless without actually signing clients. Which leads me to the next mistake I made, not having the right strategies. I was a more throw myself into the fire kind of person. When I started messaging companies and developers, and not just companies and developers, funnily, ones that were abroad without having any social proof. And without that, nobody was going to trust a teenage Nigerian to run paid advertising and manage their ad spends. The next mistake I made that has the potential to break you as a business owner is doubting myself. Well, not in my abilities. If not, I wouldn't have messaged foreign developers and companies. But in the sense of what my value was worth to them, I was scared to set prices for myself because I just wanted a sale. But in real sense, it would have been easier for me to sign a client for multiple 4 to 5 figures than sign a single client for 3 figures. At the end of it all, you can't close clients efficiently without knowing how to take charge, which was another mistake I made. I didn't set frame in my meetings, was not listening, rather trying to just make a sale. And at the end of the call, there was no commitment set. Another meeting, timelines for informations that needed to be sent to me to run operations, which will in turn lead to me losing them as potential prospects. The last but definitely not the least mistake I made was trying to provide my service to every single person in my niche. Though I had picked a good niche, created sick offers around that niche, I was still not closing clients until I realized they simply could not afford my service at their current business stage. So rather than trying to sell it to everyone in the real estate space, I niched down to real estate developers and high-end brokers. So if I were to start all over again today, here's how I would do it. I would pick one service, then get very good at it. That way, I have a real client magnet. My best bets in 2026 is learning how to do paid advertising because attention, leads, and sales will always be needed services in every single business. Plus, it has a lower barrier to entry, and you're getting paid to learn, charge higher, and scale. The next thing I will do is pick a niche I will provide my services to, then build out systems around that niche for scale. This is not something that should make you stress. You just need to check out the 3 box method I made. Do you know anything about that niche? That's your competitive advantage. Can reusable systems be built around that niche so you can scale without being constrained? And lastly, but most importantly, can they afford your service? In real sense, there's no right niche. Like me, I just chose what checked the right boxes for me in my region and allowed me to build and learn along the way. The next move would be to create your offers in such a way you would be dumb to not charge high for it. I realized the reason why I was skeptical and afraid to charge higher prices is because deep down I felt just running ads did not justify it. So I built out offers that nobody in my market was doing, providing so much more value. Plus discounts on major upsales. I can't get into the specifics because that's our source. But the point being, provide so much value that they see the worth of your service and don't see it as another expense. Which naturally drives me to my next point. Take charge from day one. From the first cold call to the first discovery call. Basically, knowing your shit. Because how do you expect them to trust you with their ad spend when you can't even guide them through a sales call, can't explain your unique value zone to them, and can't be confident in your word? They simply won't. And the only way you'll be able to exude this kind of characteristics is if you actually know what you are doing. At a beginner level, you don't have a client. The best you should do is educate yourself, watch content that builds you, and over time, there will be a compounding effect. Now, the last strategy I believe is truly the key to scale. Not just getting your first clients, is selling your services to a specific sub niche in your niche. Because what's the point of having the best offers, best team, and best systems, yet your clients can't afford your service and compensate you for all your good effort? But when your clients have the cash flow in their business to afford your services, it saves you a lot of headache and friction in the operations you carry out for them. The rule of thumb is quality over quantity. With this, I hope I've been able to give you an insight on what mistakes I made starting my social media marketing agency and ways you can cut through the 2 years of bumping my head and learning the hard way. Now, there are two ways you can go down. You take action today and stop cheap dopamine hits from motivational Instagram and TikTok content, or you don't take action and you come back to this video 6 months wondering why you're still stuck. If you're taking the first option, I'm not done. In my next video, I'm breaking down how exactly to start a social media marketing agent from zero, no fluff. After that, the onboarding strategy that turned my client losing Zoom calls to a client converting machine. And after that, the mindset shift that made everything else click. Thinking in ROI, building SOPs, and running this like a real business, not a side hustle. 3 videos, one system. Don't miss them. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the next time.